the mic here, get some things set up. Okay. Let's put this out before we even get started here. Let's go ahead and share this and see if we can't get a couple people in here. Yep. Let's shut that down real quick, shall we? Okay, because the first thing we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to make the character, of course, but let's see about... There we are. There we are. I found it. Okay. Let's put that in the Fandom Night group. And then let's also do the same. Ugh. There we go. Let's do the same for Twitter just for the sake of... There, we sent those, so those are out there. See who we get in here, what we get going. We need to decide, first things first, if we're actually going to do this, we're going to go through this game, then we're going to need character. And yes, for the purpose of this, so that I didn't go back on it, so that I didn't change my mind, I'm starting from scratch. I got rid of the character that I had, and not that it was that big of a loss in terms of when I played this for like, man, I played this off and on for maybe like 2 or 3 years on the PlayStation. Then I purposely switched to the PC. And as of yet, the only thing I did on the PC was I built a discovery character, and with that discovery character I went through the basic discovery into like the first chapter of the main game, just to kind of get a feel for what it was like to play on the PC. So, we got some basic Starfleet here. We got TOS Starfleet here. I think for simplicity purposes, we'll just start on Starfleet, and we'll work in the other stuff as we play. Yeah, let's just be... Unless there's some reason somebody wants us not to do tactical officer, but so far that's where my idea is. That might be right. Let's correct that real quick, and then let's go in here. darker scale. Air color is not quite black. They put that shine on there. That should be fine right now. I don't need a tattoo or a scar necessarily. Mouth accessory. That is... Holy shit! That's not Bill. Okay, so far we'll go with this and we'll look around. No. Okay. So that's right. So let's... There's two colors here. I'm not sure what the other color is doing. Yeah, let's do this. Sadly, that's a true thing about Bill. He's, his goatee ain't quite... Yeah, it's actually around here by now. It's got this... a lot of gray hair in there. A lot of gray hair. Mouth detail? What the shit is this? Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Most of this other stuff I don't mess with unless I have to. Unless something proves necessary, and right now that's Bill. One thing I would like to correct. Where is... Yeah, the eyebrows. These need... This is about the only thing still left. There we go. Okay. Okay, just in basics, not 6'2". Holy crap! There we are. I didn't hit 6 foot, sadly. What's going on, man? Never hit 6 foot. I've always been just frickin' centimeters away from the 6 foot. Never hit it. Let's see what else we need to mess with. So far, nothing else really needs to be messed with. Have I been off all month? Oh, no. You mean from work? No. I am off today, and I'm off Friday. Today is just a rarity. I happen to have the time off, so... I admit, I don't hate the Discovery uniforms. Not my favorite, but I really don't hate them. We're probably going to end up going with the $23.99. Just for the sake of actually kind of layering ourselves in and playing Star Trek and kind of going where the timeline happens to be at this point. That's probably what we're going to do. Yeah, let's get our ensign badge on this thing. Okay. Oh no, they have pretty much every uniform you could want. It's almost ridiculous, in all honesty. You can make pretty much any kind of person that you could think of that you want. Okay, so this stuff is left up to us. So here's what we're going to do. Just to put our own little flair, we're going to keep the Odyssey belt. It doesn't actually do anything, but I tend to like it. So there we go. As far as I know, in the 2399 era uniforms, the pants are just normal loose. Let's double check that real quick just for the sake of, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's command, operations, and science. That's red, being command. Operation is the gold color, and then sciences, of course, has and seems to always be blue no matter what era you're jumping into. And as for the pants, they are a TNG inspired era type of pants. So they have that thing right there. They don't actually have a belt. That is what they actually are, is this right here. Because the belt serves no real purpose, maybe we will leave it off. Because it seems odd to have the belt, and I mean, it's just there. It doesn't do anything. I mean, it didn't do anything in Star Trek, the motion picture, either, but we're definitely not here to talk about Star Trek, the motion picture, so that doesn't fucking matter anyway. Now, as for the boots, doesn't seem to matter. Okay. So, we will go with let's keep the Odyssey. It's claims to be a shoe, but it doesn't look bad. Okay, everything considered, that is the look of Star Trek in its current era. I think I'm fine with that. Okay. Okay, that's Bill right there. So now we're going to go with Bill. That's what people know me by. It's what makes the most sense. Yep, that's my shitty middle name right there. If you're watching the stream, you know my middle name now. And since technically this isn't my ship, this Glacia, it can stay what it is. Because when we do the start game, technically that ship belongs to another captain. I'm not going to rename his ship just for the sake of storylines. Glacia is what it is. So here we go. We're in. And we will do the tutorial just to kind of run myself through again.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. Live long. 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant.
Which is what starts the Kelvin timeline, and that's the reason. But this plays outside of the Kelvin timeline, continuing the original history.
Were destroyed. Countless billions were killed. My home, my friends, my life, all are memories. Time does not stop for one man, and neither does history. The chaos in Romulan space gave the Klingon Empire an opportunity to expand its territory. Jimpak, the Chancellor of the High Council, traded diplomacy for the tip of a blade. Only in battle, Jimpak says, is a Klingon truly Klingon. The Federation did its utmost to preserve its alliance with the Klingons, but war was inevitable.
Damn!
The Romulans want revenge for their lost world. The Dominion is rebuilding its forces. Now the Borg have reappeared, and the Alpha Quadrant balances on the edge of ruin.
Pretty much the vacuum that the destruction of Romulus causes.
The galaxy rests in your hands.
It literally destroys the Star Trek universe almost. Like that one planet creates such a power vacuum that everything is now completely out of balance. Okay, let's go talk to her, shall we?
People you can interact with have icons above their
Okay,
heads.
I have to talk to these people.
Finally, I was beginning to think you forgot what today was.
I don't forget stuff. What is today?
Of course, I was first in line. Oh, before I forget, I think Rasky is just ahead. He wanted to thank you for helping him cram for the astrometrics final.
Yeah. I certainly did that, because Bill knows everything about astrometrics. And as long as I don't have to prove that statement, you don't have to worry about it.
There you are.
Oh!
I wanted to thank you for helping me pass that final, and for all the other times you've helped me. I've always admired you. I hope Starfleet recognizes all you've done to lead our class. What ship did you get?
I have not been assigned yet.
Good luck. Before you report to Lieutenant Farah and get your assignment, you should find Tavral. She wanted to talk to you. She's just up the pathway.
Okay. Literally just up the pathway.
Greetings. It was good of you to encourage me to retake the linguistics final. I was willing to accept my original results, but you saw that I was not at my best that day. My score increased by 12.8% on the second attempt, well within my standard norms. Now I am qualified to serve as both a science officer and a communications officer. Morik would like to see you as well. He is ahead of us on the path. Live long and prosper.
The long hair is fine.
Map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the minimap
Definitely gonna
if you're
change
far
it.
away from your objective.
Woot.
There you are. Getting excited yet? Once we finish our training cruise, we'll all be full-fledged ensigns. The buzz is, Captain Taggart hasn't named all of his senior staff yet. From what I heard, the advanced phaser training simulation is tripping people up.
Okay. Run, Bill! Let's talk to this guy.
Good afternoon, Cadet.
That dude's
What
jumping.
can I do for you?
Ah,
Yes, I have the complete assignment list here. Name? Let's see. Interesting. Report to Captain Taggart. He's in the office behind me.
okay.
You're going to have to ask him.
The direction of your objectives also appears on your...
This person's jumping all over the place. Taggart. Wonder if I could track that name down. I know he serves under Picard because he even makes a reference.
Objects you can interact with have a glow around them.
But I do wonder. I honestly wonder.
Come. Cadet. I did. I've been following your progress here at the Academy, and I must say, I'm impressed. I'm just looking at your final test scores, but I don't see your results for the Advanced Phaser Training Program.
Okay, I'm going to say this right here. I'm going to say, I know that program is advised for tactical officers, sir, but I thought I had more time to take it. So I'm just going to say that I was wrapped up in my own shit rather than making this excuse here. Both of them are excuses where this is like, oh, well, other people didn't take the... No, we're just... Look, we're just going to choose the best of what the options are.
To run that program, and I want to see good results, no exceptions.
Okay, and then he chooses me as senior
I
staff.
did. Like I said, I've been following your career here at the Academy. If you complete that program, I can put you on my bridge. I'll ask my tactical officer to set it up.
Who's
Another
that?
fine cadet like yourself. Her scores were almost as good as yours, but her record has a few blemishes. Still, I'm sure Cadet Flores will settle down and become a fine officer someday. I'll tell Flores to meet you out in the quad. Talk to her to start the phaser training, and I'll see you when you're finished. You're dismissed, Cadet.
Yes, sir. Okay. There she is.
I got the tactical officer spot. Just what I wanted. Where'd you end up?
Captain Taggart says he wants me on the senior staff, but I have to pass the advanced phaser training first.
You never did that? I thought you were Mr. Extra Credit. Everyone knows that Captain Taggart expects all his top people to pass that program. Don't worry, you'll do fine. Come on, I'll take you to the holodeck and set it up.
Lead the way.
Seems most of our class ended up on Captain Taggart's ship.
So Taggart, as far as I could tell, has an older ship, and he does a lot of the cadet crew training.
Have you seen the whales in San Francisco Bay? I never seem to spot them.
I like that that's a reference to Star Trek 4.
I sometimes forget that Boothby is a hologram. He seems like such a fixture
Boothby.
here at Starfleet Academy.
Where is he?
Tap the shift key while moving.
I don't see Boothby. That would be cool. What's this? We're gonna... Oh, I didn't mean to, like, leap all over the place, but we're gonna go look at this. Stop doing that. To absent friends. Okay, we're gonna see if we can, like... Graphics. Those are all the way up. Yeah. Everything there is max, max, max. Okay, it's just an old game. We're just not going to be able to read that. Okay, it's whatever. What's going on, man?
Last one of the console buys the first round tonight.
I've been told time and time again that there's no money.
Setting up the training program now. I hope holodeck 2 is your lucky holodeck. Phasers are in the lockers by the holodecks. You can grab one there.
Press the
All right,
D key.
let's do
to
this.
scan the area. Your tricorder will point you toward your nearest objective.
Oh, V. Okay. You made a YouTube video. What'd you do? I just... Game. You just let me pull that phaser right out of the back of her head. Oh, shit.
Move to the center of the room.
Okay, let's do this then.
In combat, right-click on a target to fire your weapon. While in
Wow,
combat,
it's like they didn't even want to hit me.
once you drop out of combat, more detail about ground combat will become available. Press H to holster and draw your weapon.
Well done, cadets. You're not going to break the Academy record, but your score was more than satisfactory.
I see.
Absolutely. I have a new first officer. Congratulations. Yes, you should be proud of your accomplishments here, cadet. You have a promising career ahead of you in Starfleet.
First officer, way to go. Just a little jealous, I'll admit. At least now you'll get to boss us all around like you've always wanted.
What can I see? What can I say? The captain sees greatness in me. I think he should just start referring to me as sir. It's a lot of pressure. I hope I'm up to it. I'll joke with her.
Don't let it go to your head, buddy.
I won't.
You'll do great. But we should head up to the shuttle bay. Everyone else is waiting there for the ceremonial send-off toast.
You'll have to actually send me the link to your video and I'll check it out.
As well as your mini-map.
That's probably going to be good for you if you actually choose to focus on like music in general, because you listen to a lot of it and you have a good passion for that thing in general, and passion's going to be really important, especially if you're going to start doing YouTube videos, because it's real easy to see when somebody is like just doing YouTube and they look like when they're just doing topics because they have to do some
Okay, all of
topics.
the senior staff
I
is
hate
waiting
that
by the
shit.
bar. I'm sure everyone's a bit nervous, this being our first real assignment and all. So, I'm expecting an inspiring speech out of you. Something heartwarming. Make Tavrel cry.
Yeah.
This mission could just determine the rest of our careers. No pressure. I'll meet you over there.
Okay, so these is my buddy people. Okay. Let's be humble, I guess. On the first day of class 4 years ago, I looked in the mirror and thought, there is no way I can do this. I know I wasn't the only one. Let's try the embolden option here. I have the utmost faith in each of you. You're the best the Academy has, and together, we can do anything. All I ask is that we support one another. If we can work as a team, we can accomplish our goals. To Starfleet Academy, to the USS Galatia, to her crew. Raise a glass.
Cadets, please board your shuttle.
2409. Okay, let's go see our ship, shall we?
Are you ready to head to the ship?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if CW has to care anymore. Like where they are with their shows, they pretty much just throw them at the wall, and if they stick, they stick, and if they don't, so what? There's like 40 other characters, and I'll be honest, I almost wonder if CW, for everything that's going so well, if it's reaching a point where they might almost want the series to start failing, so they could start building something else. Like right now, they have the Flash and the Arrow, that big Arrowverse. Oh, look at that!
Look at that.
Show it to me.
The USS Vesta, first of her class.
First of her class,
She's
huh?
got subsystem targeting, a crew of 750, auxiliary phaser cannons, and even a quantum field focus controller. I can't wait to captain one someday. But here's our ship.
Okay, okay.
Miranda class, 200 crew, 2 forward weapon mounts, 1 aft. Average speed, warp 5 point nothing.
Damn.
She's a tough little ship, though. I think I like her.
Warp 5? Like
We're the
in
final shuttle to arrive.
2409?
We need to get to the bridge.
I mean, okay, not everything can be top of the fucking line, but even the original Constitution ships could do 7, and this Miranda would be from that time. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, Bill. This Warp 5 that's some sad shit. Uh-oh. What's that dog barking about? I'm gonna go check on the dog. I hope whoever gets in here, I'll be right back. I gotta check on the dog. Okay. Lexi and Bolto downstairs playing. I just had to make sure that's what that was.
I'm going to check in and then head for the bridge. See you there.
Yep. Look at that. Shuttle bay is freaking huge. Hello?
Name and position?
Cadet William Edmund Bush, acting first class officer.
I have your record
First
right
officer.
here, sir. Welcome to the ship.
Okay, where's the captain?
Captain Taggart is waiting for you on the bridge. Use the turbo lift behind me. It will take you directly there.
Okay. Turbo lifts are a frightening elevator technology. They really are. The inside of a ship, like, if a turbo lift breaks down, I can't even imagine what it must be like to have to try to fix something that goes up, down, forward, back, left, right. It's a nice ship. Definitely the bridge module has been replaced, because this is certainly not the bridge module that would have existed for, like, Kirk's time. But this is a Miranda-class vessel. Okay.
Welcome to the bridge, number 1.
Number 1.
Early in my career, I served with a captain who called his first officer that. I always liked it. As my number 1, I expect you to ensure my orders are carried out, and to advise me on the best course of action in any situation.
Okay.
But first, we need to get out of dry dock, get clearance from control, and close the shuttle bay doors. Then disable the tractor moorings.
Good clearance from traffic control.
Earth traffic control has cleared us to depart, sir.
Very good, number 1.
Shuttle bay doors are closed, sir.
Very good, number 1.
Better wait for me to disable the tractor beam moorings. Oh, I was gonna say, it's not showing me. There we go. Man, I hope you don't have a fucking 8-hour shift. Like, can you imagine just standing right here for like 8 hours while you travel through space? Like, Star Trek doesn't talk about it, but space is vast. Like, very vast. And I'm sure that literally the reason the crew gets so familiar, the reason they become a family, is because you figure if I'm traveling from one place to another, and our trip is, say, we'll be there in, who knows, 34.9 hours or whatever, like, that's a lot of just standing right here. Like, you can't get these guys chairs? Like, that is a really shitty area. Like, I guess she stands back here, and that makes some kind of sense to me. But I don't know. Just...
Potter, take us out. 1/4 impulse.
Captain, may I remind Starfleet regulation specifies thrusters only while in the vicinity of space dock.
Just checking to see if you were paying attention, number 1. Potter, take us out. Maximum thrusters.
To sit, right-click on the chair you wish to sit in.
Okay, maybe this is the idea. Maybe these cons right here are specifically for, like, maybe she actually sits there. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm actually supposed to sit there or something, or maybe that's technically my con. That would make sense for the design. Otherwise, it doesn't make a lot of sense that, like, somebody stands over there. But then I'm also referencing as the workday that I understand in our real world. In our world, 8-hour, 9-hour workday just standing there. The con was gone.
Good. Let's start with something easy. Set
I look
course
like
for
an
home.
asshat over there, like I'm fucking number
Course lead in,
one.
sir.
Engage.
So we're traveling here at Warp 5 in a Miranda class.
Captain,
That's specifically...
I am picking up a distress call from the SS Break-Even. Audio only.
Let's hear it, Tavrel.
This is the break even. Can you hear me? So our work order's failing? We could really use some help here.
Let them know we're on our way. Potter, lay in a rendezvous course.
Altering course, sir. ETA 3 minutes.
Transporter room. Prepare to beam over survivors.
Sir, Census can't read anything in the vicinity of the break-even.
Communications are out as well.
Keep trying to hail them, Tavrel. Number 1, let's discuss the situation. You heard the distress call, number 1. What do you think we should do?
Is this a test?
Absolutely not. We're the closest ship to the break-even, so it's our duty to assist.
Okay. It's strange the transmission was audio only. Warp core emergency should not come.
Good.
Okay.
What do you
You're right.
advise?
Oh, Well, we can't just sit here and scan forever, but I would advise shields up on
Raising
entry.
the shields does seem to be a reasonable precaution. I agree. Flores, raise shields. Number 1, get down to the transporter room. You'll oversee the rescue effort from there.
Yep. Oh, well, yep, there we go.
I'm getting some weird readings. I can't get a solid lock. There may be interference. Trying to compensate. I think I have it. This is a lot different than the training scenarios.
That person, I remember those showing up in the animated series years
Hang on.
ago.
This vessel is now property of Captain Kadek of the IKS Chart.
Stick it in your chalk. That ain't happening, motherfucker.
Doc, security is reporting disruptor fire in the transporter room.
Yep.
Klingon transporter signatures are showing up all over the ship. They're boarding us.
What can I do to help?
You have the command codes to unlock an armory near your position. Arm yourself, and any security team members you find.
Alright.
We still have weapons. I'll do what I can. For now, I need you to concentrate on getting those Klingons off my ship. Taggart.
Yes, sir. Hold on, people, I'm coming. There we go. Define better weapon, because the DPS of the hand phaser is actually higher than the weapon that I just got, if I'm not mistaken. .2 is its DPS. But if I'm not mistaken, oh, I can't look at it from here. Let's go to C. Okay, we'll worry about it later. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. Might have stronger attack, but its DPS is definitely lower than the hand phaser. Oh! Oh, you're dead as shit. There's a hole in my Miranda class.
You can do extra damage to enemies by flanking them. Try attacking your enemies on their side. An item has dropped for you. Move towards the item and press F to loot it.
Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, take it.
You have recovered a hypo spray. You can use this to quickly heal any damage you may have suffered.
Damn, we are getting fucked. Okay, now that you're back on your feet, or that you'll be okay anyway, I'm going this way.
Number one, we're doing our best to cripple this Klingon marauder, but I need your help.
I can improve ship's weapons. It's all I can do. 100% tactical here.
Sometimes missions specialized to your career class are available. Press C to crouch. Crouching is a defensive bonus against ranged attacks that increases damage from melee attacks. Press X to aim your weapon. Aiming your weapon gives a bonus to damage.
Little more complicated than I think the game actually needs to be on that front, but I like that there's an option. So this boosts my defense against range attacks. X will then increase my damage by allowing me to aim better and things like that. It's just little things I'll have to remember, definitely. So I'm the only one that's received the cadets training, because nobody else was ducking except for me. Okay, we're gonna go up here.
Number one, we've got injured up here and the Klingons could send a boarding party at any time. I need you back on the bridge.
Go see to the bridge. We will secure this area.
Alright. I'm going my bridge. Move it, Bill. Okay, that seemed to be all of them. I can't help these people. Oh my! I thought I'd gotten everybody. That dude was still very much alive. There you go. Hold on, person.
Incoming transmission from the Klingons.
On screen.
This is Captain Kadek of the IKS Chart. You may have forced my boarding parties off your decks, but our ship remains cloaked. You have no hope of finding us or defeating us. Your choice is simple. Surrender, or we will kill your captain and then destroy your ship.
Huh. Well,
Perhaps your captain will change your mind. Order your crew to surrender, Captain, or I will blow them out of the sky. It's your choice, Captain. Do you want these children to die?
Very well.
you know, you talk an awful lot about honor, and
You are now the captain
you
of the
chose
ship.
to literally attack a boat full of kids knowing that it was a training vessel.
Lock onto my combat and fire! Make me proud.
We have target lock, Captain.
So do it. He's dead. That would have to be a hell of a ship to the very fact that you're alive after a direct torpedo blast while you were cloaked is enough.
We've lost their signal. What now?
Now we begin to lick our own wounds and we find them.
We survived, but the Captain Taggart knew what would happen, and he gave the order anyway. Ultimate sacrifice. One that we all might be called to make someday. He trusted you to take command. All we can do now is survive. And remember him.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and give mad respect to that guy, but I didn't know him that well. Like, at all. I met him today. So while I appreciate the sentiment,
Alyssa Flores is now your bridge officer. Bridge officers add abilities to
Okay.
your ship in space and accompany you on away missions on the ground.
All decks reporting in, sir. We took some casualties, and sickbay is full. All ship systems have taken some damage, but some are worse than others. Life support is stable, but anything else could be an issue.
I'm going to tell you that Zelda thing, I still think that's a bit of a hoax. I can't prove it, but It's happened too many times and been a hoax for me to actually say that it's actually happening. In terms of Rangers leaving Netflix, I knew that. I knew that was inevitable. Because some of it is owned by Disney, so right there, that was a problem right off the bat. And then, because everybody wants in on the fucking streaming game, if all Power Ranger rights have been moved to Hasbro, and since Hasbro wants to start a Hasbroverse, and Hasbro already has a good deal of material like G.I. Joe and Transformers and things of that nature, it would not surprise me at all if there's another streaming service in the future.
I have been trying to get a distress call out, Captain, but something is jamming all frequencies.
That would be them.
She's still cloaked, but I think she took some real damage.
Yeah,
We're in rough
we hit her
shape
with a
too,
torpedo while she was cloaked.
Still running diagnostics, sir.
Zarva.
Took us some time to get the systems back online.
Okay. What about the break-even? Hail them.
Hailing the break-even now, Captain.
SSS break-even. This is Starfleet vessel USS Glacia. What is your status?
Well, this is awkward.
Oh.
You're angry. I can see that. Understandable. Before this gets too carried away, hear me out. I had to send that distress signal. My options were limited while a Klingon was pointing a disruptor at my head.
Thank you, Quark.
The Klingons were thorough. They even damaged my warp drive to make things look convincing. I'll never make it to safety on impulse. Don't suppose you could lend me a hand here? I'd rather not be around if the Klingons come back.
Yeah, okay, Quark.
Increase your speed using E. Decrease your ship speed by using Q. Use W and S to move up or down. Use A and D to turn left or right.
Okay.
Helm, full stop.
Dang, my
I've
sensor
stopped
array
us
is
this time,
weak.
sir, but from now on, you'll be responsible for adjusting the speed of the ship.
Okay. So I gotta be within 3.
Looks like she just needs 3 or 4 warp induction coils. We have plenty of those to spare.
Position yourself near the ship and press F to interact with.
Here you go. There's stuff to repair your stuff. Goodbye, Quark.
Well, looks like we're on our own. At least they said thank you, I guess. About that cloaked ship full of Klingons?
Sarva, do you have the damage report?
Almost done, Captain. Level 2 diagnostic shows that almost all of the plasma injectors are damaged beyond repair.
Oh, wonderful. Do you have replacements?
Not enough. Plasma injectors are made to withstand quite a beating, but I think the Klingons specifically sabotaged them when they boarded us.
Which would be why they were in some of those rooms.
I'm installing what spares we have, but we're short 3 injectors.
Okay.
Without them, we can't go to warp.
Alright.
We're not the first ship the Klingons have hit here. There's wreckage all over this region. I can scan the derelicts and see if any of them have intact plasma injectors.
Alright, let's do that. That makes sense to me.
Bingo! I found some suitable debris in the boneyard nearby. Destroy 3 of those nacelles, and we should get the parts we need.
So this guy's idea of glory was to increase his kill count by attacking people that couldn't possibly attack back.
Item has dropped for you. Move towards the item and press F.
Digging through scraps we've left behind.
Yeah, that guy's getting annoying.
These plasma injectors will do the trick, sir. Gorgeous technology. Type R, if I had to guess. 3.7 liter flow with shielded reservoirs and a drop flow induction coil converter and...
While you're beating off about how good those coils are, you're not installing them in my ship.
You have your problems, I have mine. I'll need some time to get everything
Yeah.
installed and 1 diagnostic. We don't want to blow up the moment we hit Warp 1.
Alright.
Zarva's dealing with the Warp Corp, but until she's done, we're still stranded out here with no way to call for help. Oh, don't forget the cloaked Klingon battlecruiser. It's probably making repairs faster than we are.
I should imagine so.
Of course we can. We're the class of 2409. Tivrel has been working with the engineers, and they've pinpointed the locations of several Klingon signal jammers. That's what blocked our communications during the ambush. I recommend that we destroy the jamming satellites. We'll be able to get a call out to Starfleet then.
Alright.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it. Use your phaser beam when a weakened ship is under attack.
What are you doing? Fire.
Shield has failed. Use your torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down.
Nice shot. 2 more jamming satellites left.
I haven't forgotten about you. Think your ship can take a couple more hits?
First off, prick.
Long-range communications are operational, sir. Shall I send the distress signal?
Yes, yes, you should.
That Klingon ship took some real damage. I'll bet she's leaking plasma all over the place. We might be able to use that to find them.
That would make sense.
Understood. I'd rather not die to Klingons on my first day.
Yeah, it's...
Got it. I can trace the plasma signature right to the source.
Okay.
I'll send the source of the plasma
Using a
signature
Miranda
to
class.
navigation. It will show up on the map. It's pretty far out, sir. We should use the ship's full impulse power to reach it. This will temporarily take power from other systems, but vastly improve our speed. Once we drop out of full impulse, the power will return to other systems.
I can make your death swift.
Activate full impulse by...
I did.
Multiple birds of prey decloaking.
Oh! That is why I don't like full impulse. Don't be an asshat. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. No. Slow ship.
Think you can catch me? Go ahead and try.
Activate high-yield torpedo by clicking on the...
I have already done that multiple times.
High-yield torpedo will increase the power...
I know what high yield torpedo does. Drop out a full impulse before we get to him.
Zarva needs more time to get the plasma injectors installed. Try not to break anything else.
Okay, okay. Turn, turn, turn. I don't need to click on a shield quadrant. I am rotating. Hit him.
Incoming transmission, sir. It is from Starfleet.
Chimera.
This is Captain Nog of the USS Chimera.
Really?
You require assistance.
Yeah.
Pretty bold move to come this far into Federation territory, even for Klingons. Where is Captain Taggart?
He is dead.
And did you follow his orders?
I did.
I see. And you're the acting captain.
I am.
Right. Well done, Cadet. Looks like your ship is in need of repairs.
Yes.
Set a course for Earth space dock. We'll get you back in one piece.
Alright. What about the Klingons who killed Taggart?
Believe me, Cadet. If he comes back looking for a fight, he'll get one.
Okay.
In the meantime, set a course for our position. Chimera out.
I mean, you got a way better ship than I do. You could do whatever you're gonna do. Okay, so the only thing I'm having trouble here fire all torpedoes, fire all beams. Yeah. Seems like when I'm hitting the spacebar, the only thing it's doing is shooting the beams, and I cannot remember, aside from going down and clicking on the torpedoes, and I know that's not something I have to do. I don't know how many, I mean, I think that if you're going to do a proper Star Trek game, it has to work something like KOTOR. Because Star Trek is a lot of talking, a lot of philosophy, a lot of human adventure. Yeah, there's ship battles and shit like that, but I almost think like some games get lost in that concept. And they want it to be a complete action series, and that's not what Star Trek is. It would do itself a big favor to get away from that concept. You must be stupid.
Your captain begged for his life before I killed him.
Actually, no. My captain did not beg for his life, and I seen him on the screen, so you can't possibly even lie to me about that. I know that's bullshit.
Accepting danger is part of being a Starfleet officer. You've learned that lesson well.
I tire of this. It's time to finish this fight.
I couldn't agree more, but you're getting fucking rocked, dude.
My house will avenge me!
Alright.
We'll
Bye.
escort you back to Earth space dock, but I need to inform the USS Kittimer that... Wait, hold on. My comms officer informs me that we're unable to contact the Kittimer. Not good. I'm going to the coordinates to see if they need help, and I want you to accompany me. Consider this a field promotion, Cadet.
Alright.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We'll do that.
We're here, Captain. The USS Kittimer is dead ahead. Our orders are to make contact with the Kittimer and find out why they've not responded to our hails.
Alright. I'm noticing that is not opening. That's better. That's a Mark 1. That's better. We'll put it on the forward array. There you go, Flores. You know, you're right there. You could talk to them. Oh.
Yes, sir. I will require approximately 15 seconds to make the necessary adjustments.
Okay. Little specific, but okay.
What are you both doing here?
I'm in command of the Galatia. Captain Nog ordered me to come in with him and found your location.
Always good to follow the orders of your superior officers.
Do you know what happened with your other communications?
The cadets were ambushed by Klingons. Captain Taggart was killed in the attack, and the ship is under the command of this cadet. The Chimera was escorting them back to Earth space dock, but when we couldn't contact you, I decided to alter course and investigate. What's the situation here, Captain Yin?
I don't know if like I haven't done anything with season 3, so I don't know. I only watched the first 2 seasons.
I'm troubled by the anomalies in this system, and if they're affecting long-range communications, then they're doubly a cause for concern. Let's do this by the numbers. We've already launched 9 probes. Now that they're active, we can do an in-depth scan of the anomalies. With all 3 ships collecting data, we should be able to complete this quickly and formulate a course of action. Any questions?
You can set your ship's power levels to have a focus on attacks, defense, speed.
Yeah, I don't need that right now.
Reports indicate traces of gamma radiation, but there's something off in the readings.
I never even finished Batwoman Season 1. The comic books in general are starting to overwhelm me. There's just too many fucking shows.
Kennemer here. Are you seeing the same gamma radiation levels that we are? I'm not sure that a normal scan will be enough. We might need to do a full multiphasic reading. My chief science officer, Commander Davis, suggests that performing a reverse tachyon pulse wave scan will solve our sensor issue. Perform your final scans and then report back.
Okay. Yeah, I've been hitting that fatigue for a while with comic book shows. It's just you're trying to watch all the movies, and you're trying to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you're trying to watch all the frickin' Fox shows that came out, and you're trying to watch the CW, and now there's all the stuff on the DC app.
Signature. It's right on top of us. The board.
Yeah. Ever feel like you're in over your head? Starfleet technology must have picked up like crazy, because, I'm just fighting the Borg.
The Kittimer is under attack. Use full impulse to reach her quickly.
I'm coming around. Hold on, I'm on fire. No, no, it will not. And that is, oh wow, that's a... Okay, I'm almost sitting on top of this guy.
This is the emergency medical hologram aboard the USS Kittimer. I am requesting assistance from any Federation vessel in range. I've lost contact with the bridge. I am unable to contact Commander Davis for new instructions.
Oh. Shit.
The Kittimer is being overwhelmed by Borg boarding parties. These Borg are different than the ones in my history records. They seem disconnected somehow. They're strange, but still quite dangerous. I am an emergency medical hologram, not a miracle worker.
Oh, wow. Why are the doctors like asshats?
The Borg did some serious damage on the Kittimer. The EMH might be in command because no one else is fit to do so. I don't like this. The Borg haven't been seen in this quadrant for decades. This isn't a coincidence. We need the data from those probes.
What do you need me to do?
Teams to aid the Kittimer. I want you to finish the scans. We need to know the extent of the Borg presence here. And Cadet, if you or your crew are unable to tackle this, speak up now.
No.
The Borg can rattle veteran Starfleet officers, and you've already gone up against the Klingons today.
No, we'll do it.
I've linked the iota point to your map. Scan there while we see to the Kittimer.
See, but that's just it. The thing that gets me is when I focus on one show, like say I just watched The Flash, which I did for a while, they kept crossing over with the other shows, and then the other shows are dealing with people and events and things that I don't know, and then like it's too much. You get used to it when you're a comic book fan, so I figured it wouldn't bother me that much. But it does start to bother me that every time something else shows up, all of a sudden they're dealing with Mr. Terrific or some shit like that. And I'm like, well, how did that happen? Where's he at? How'd that affect this? Like, how come they don't know this? Who's that person? I thought he was married to so-and-so. Like, it's like I've missed an entire fucking season of a show that I've been currently watching. Because with The Flash and Arrow and those shows, they cross over at such a ridiculous amount that all their shit affects one another.
Our tactical teams have eliminated the Borg boarding parties on the Kittimer. Why do you ask?
Can we use the Kittimer to help analyze the data?
There is an 88.47% chance that you will need my help.
Wow. Yeah.
I have 75 million gigaquads of computer memory and an extensive library of files on military tactics and command strategies. I believe I can spare a few bits of processing power for you.
Okay, calm down, asshat.
transwarp signatures detected. This is it. Get ready for combat.
Coming about.
They're firing. I need help.
Holy shit. Okay, I am shooting torpedoes. I just can't see them for some reason. They're not registering the graphic. Oh, get away from it. That's nice. Goodbye.
Lord. I don't know if we're ready for this.
Damn. That's a tough little Miranda class right there. Fighting all these Borg probes and shit. I mean, it's definitely upgraded since, like, Kirk's time. It's not... Miranda classes serve in the Federation even in the continuity where it sits today. They were never an abandoned class, which is weird because it almost seems like the Constitution is an abandoned class. It's not. There's also evidence to showcase that that's not exactly the truth. But it seems like the Miranda is more prevalently used than the Constitutions. The most prevalent class in Starfleet that I know of is the Excelsior classes. And they happen to be my favorite ship design anyway. Hey, baby.
Multiple
Lexi.
Borg warp signatures detected.
Bye, Lexi.
It's an invasion force.
Damn.
Outnumbered. There's no way we can.
Oh, what?
The Borg are leaving, most likely for a more strategic target. Concentrate fire on the remaining sphere. Now, we can do this.
Let's not have this thing blow up on top of me. Let's get over it.
Direct hit.
Okay, Cadet. Here's how I see it. The Borg are using the Pollux system as a staging area. Our long-range sensors are picking up inbound transwarp signatures. Their most likely target is the Vega system. There is a civilian colony there, and if the Borg take it by surprise, they'll have a large population to turn into drones.
Okay, the Galatia should go to Vega to warn the colonists.
Agreed. The Chimera is better equipped to hold off the Borg and assist the Kittimer here.
Yeah.
Once you've warned the colony, return to Earth space dock.
Understood.
We have to make our way to Vega as soon as we can, Captain. I just hope we're not too late to warn the colony. Are you ready to go?
Yep. Okay, what kind of hard-ass ship are you supposed to be in that can handle that?
Certain missions allow you to remotely hail your contact tracker.
Okay.
You need to warn the Vega colony about the Borg. We'll do what we can to hold off the Borg here and repair the Kittimer. Good luck.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Here ships travel at warp speed between systems. Combat does not take place in sector space.
Okay, let's equip this. Let's put these torpedoes on. A science console. M opens the map. Yeah, okay, look. Okay. I do have a science console station. Good. Okay. Yeah, but the MCU's no better right now, because now there's, like, has he watched all of Agent Carter, all of S.H.I.E.L.D., every single movie? Now that they're talking about bringing in a multiverse, he has to watch all the other movies, be they good or bad, because they very well could be featured. Like all the other Sony properties of Spider-Man and whatnot, you have to be all caught up in that stuff, which, like, that's if you want to be a completionist about it. I get the idea that you don't actually have to do this, but, like, sometimes it feels like you do. Like, it's just the way comic books is handled right now is kind of overwhelming. Or rather, comic book shows, which is interesting because it's handled like comic books. I just recently read through all the Catwoman that I had missed. And the biggest pain in the ass about reading that Catwoman was that as I was reading it, I would get like 4 books in of a 5-book storyline. Reach the 5th book, and the 5th book, when I started it, I felt like I'd missed something. I would go back to the other book and be like, wait, what the fuck happened? And I would open the book and I would look through it, only to figure out that what was going on was, so I'd be like, okay, well, I'm on book 13, and then I go to 14, and then 14 doesn't feel right. So I look back and I make sure that that was 13 that I'd read. Oh, well, her storyline happened to continue in somebody else's book, but this is the 5th part of that part of the story, and that's ridiculous that comic books are handled that way, and now the shows are starting to handle themselves that way too. Like, you have to watch all the Linda Carter stuff, and now there's the 2 series that are going to come out on top of that. It's hard to keep up with any of this stuff right now. It's somewhat overwhelming in all actuality. And I guess it's always been that way, to be fair, because like I said, comic books has ran that way for years, and I just can't help but realize that years ago,
my heart can start beating again. What are your orders, Captain?
Years ago, I was a Star Trek fan, and they ended up with 3 Star Trek series on television at the same time that were a combined universe, and people couldn't keep up, and a mass fatigue hit everybody, and they left, and it killed Star Trek. It killed it for a long time. We got Enterprise, but that didn't help the situation. It just tended to make it worse, because then everybody was very set on the last 3 shows that they'd watched that were a giant combining universe thing, and then they watched Enterprise, and Enterprise wasn't the same, and that made people mad, and then everybody dipped out, and that caused problems for the community at large. And now I'm watching as comic books can somehow have like 34 independent things that you have to watch to be able to know what's going on in the DC television universe or whatever. And then some of it's not even connected, but it's all connected now because now there's the multiverse theory thing that runs through the shows, not just the comic books. So like, it's just, you have to be able to turn yourself off, and it's sometimes very hard to do. Most of the time I can do it. Like, I keep up with 1 or 2 series.
Tyrell managed
but
to
then,
establish a comm link with Willa Post, the administrator of Vega Colony. It's
Okay.
not a great signal, but it's the best we're gonna get. Putting her through now.
But here's the thing. Everybody will say the same thing that you just said with, hey, you can never keep up, so just like choose a show and focus. But then what happens is exactly what just happened right there. If you're not keeping up, not everybody's watching the same DC, and not everybody's watching the same Marvel. So like, you reach this point where you're like, oh yeah, I like Marvel or whatever, and then somebody's like, oh, did you see all 4 of the Thor, things so far or whatever? And you're like, no, I've seen like the first and the second and the third. I haven't seen the newest one. And they're like, oh, and like, or like, because you're watching one show, you're not watching Batgirl, or because you're watching Batgirl, you didn't watch Titans or whatever. Like, it's excruciating how much material there is. I feel like we live in a very... The age we live in right now is almost too media heavy. There's just too much shit, and you're never going to be able to keep up with it because there's all the shit that's going on currently, and there's all the shit in the past that you've never seen. Like, if I told you, hey man, you should really get into Star Trek. All of Star Trek. Now, I've done that. I've watched every single series, aside from the newest 2 series that are running, all the way through. Multiple times, by the way. I've seen Enterprise through to conclusion 4 times. I've seen The Next Generation through to conclusion 6 times. I've seen DS9 through to conclusion twice. I've seen Voyager through to conclusion 3 times. And I've seen the original series through to conclusion 8 times. And I've seen every single movie that has ever been made. And I've seen the animated series. So then... Oh, and I've read a couple of the books. But then if I was to go and tell you, hey, are you watching so-and-so Star Trek? And then you're like, yeah, I saw so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah, but did you know that actually tags back all the way back to the original series with things like Harry Mudd and yada yada? Like, it's nightmarish to try to keep up with materials nowadays.
Greetings, Captain. Is there something I could do for you today?
It really bleeds you out of wanting to see shows in general. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up on shows. It's just that it's very tough to try to keep up with anything nowadays because there's all the stuff that's happening now and all the stuff that happened. Like, I'm currently trying to catch myself up on Star Wars, but I have all of the Clone Wars to watch, and I have, of course, all of the movies, and there's like 4 new series, and there's all the extra series now, and there's Mandalorian, and like, trying to catch up with that is taking literally every second of my day. And I'm just trying to get through Clone Wars right now. Like, I'm in the middle of... I'm at the very end of Season 2, entering Season 3. And it doesn't sound like much because they're 22-minute episodes, but that's like 30 episodes per season. And then it's just... Like, I wake up, I do all my stuff I'm supposed to do, I go to work and everything, I come home, I record an episode, I edit that episode, I go downstairs, I watch like 6 episodes of the Clone Wars, and I'm not making any leeway. There's still like 12, no, I think there's still like nearly 20 shows ahead of me before I can actually catch up and see everything that I've not watched, or have watched and don't have in my memory. Yes, I said the Borg.
I have lost contact with Vega Colony, sir. Something is blocking all subspace signals in this area. Even our hails to the civilian ships are not getting through.
And yeah,
There
you can
is a
never keep up.
communication satellite
There,
nearby. It should boost
Hold
our
on.
signal sufficiently to inform the freighters of the danger and warn the colony.
you can never keep up, and it's nauseating to the point of how much you really can't keep up. Like, there is something to be said about how manga tells a story. Normally it tells a story, one writer, one through campaign, and then when it's done, they allow their stories to be done. Used to allow their stories to be done, because manga is starting to pick up on how much money comic books make by the practice that comic books use, by just allowing shit to run on and 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 on. It never fucking ends. And now we're seeing that where these book runs, like, watch Fairy Tail or read One Piece. Like, read One Piece and try to read all of it. It's fucking excruciating. There's like 70-something books, and that's just one manga. And anime is every bit as vast. In fact, I could argue that it might be more vast somehow, which is ridiculous. It may be even more vast than comic books, because comic books, at least you know people are kind of tagged down to a certain thing. They're like, hey Batman, hey Superman, hey Justice League, hey Spider-Man, hey Captain America. Like, they're usually tagged down to something. If you're a Marvel guy, you're not usually a DC guy, or you lean one way or the other. But anime has niches inside of niches. So, like, I like anime, and I like mecha anime, but I like real mecha anime, and I like Gundam that takes itself seriously in the real mecha genre of anime. But I don't like Gundam that gets a little too ridiculous and tries to play it out like the Gundam has a soul or something and blah blah like that. I don't like all that fucking techno-mysticism. I'm not a fan of techno-mysticism. So that's like a genre inside of a genre inside of a genre. And so then if you start talking to somebody in anime terms and the person is like, dude, I fucking love anime. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And then all of a sudden you start talking about what anime you love, and it's so unbelievably vast and divided where the same guy that you're talking to will be like, oh, dude, I love Outlaw Star. And I'm like, well, I've never seen that, but I've seen Robotech. And they're like, well, that's not even fucking close. It's not even close to the same thing. It's literally so vastly different from the same thing. But then you could make the same argument where I'm like, I love Gundam. And they're like, oh, that's great. I love Robotech. Well, we're not. I mean, we are on the same page, but we're not. We're not. Because, like, yeah. It's not the same thing. Or like maybe I like slice of life animes more than I like shonen anime. And that's fine. You can like what you like. Comic books kind of has that same kind of drive, but it's every bit as vast and confusing trying to keep up in the anime world than it is in the comic book world. Because when you tell somebody, I like comics, one of the first things they do is they reference that out in material where they say, okay, so you like comic books, where does that put you in the grand scheme of comic books? Do you like Marvel? Do you like DC? Do you like this? Do you like that? And I'm like, yeah. But then manga and anime, if I come up and I say, I like anime, proof of this is going to an anime con. Like, it is so ridiculously vast, which is inclusive, and at the same time, it's one of those things that helps to push you out. Like, I feel uncomfortable when I go to anime cons, and not just because I'm older now, because I'm 37. Like, when I go to an anime con, I feel like I'm being pushed out, because the anime con, I know like maybe 10% of the material when I go to the anime con. I go there and there's like 1,000 costumes that I don't know, and there's 1,000 shows that I don't watch, because like I don't watch My Hero Academia, and people go, gasp! And like, I didn't watch fucking One Hit Man. Oh my god! How could you not? How could you not? And I didn't watch Attack on Titan. Oh my god! But did you watch X? Did you watch Iria, the Zedum Project? Did you watch that? See, she didn't watch it. Lexi didn't watch it, and she feels left out. So it's just, no matter what you're talking about in fandom, fandom has become so utterly, amazingly vast. Because, like, also, we're talking about Gundam. Say I want to talk about Mobile Suit Gundam, the original Mobile Suit Gundam. That's what I want to talk about. Amuro Ray, I want to talk about the Mobile Suit Gundam. And you think I'm talking about the show. That's immediately what you think. And we start referencing materials, and my material is different. That's because I'm referencing this. This, to me, is the, quote, Bible of Mobile Suit Gundam now. This is the official story in my headcanon. This brings it up to date and makes everything make sense by a standard of what today should have been. So in my mind, Slegger has a gym and also a core fighter, and was a prevalent force in a gym, even getting his own custom gym and symbol on the battlefield. That's where I see it. And I see things like Gundam the Origin as a main part of that thing. And then there's other people out there who see Gundam, and they will never reference the original material. So I'll be like, dude, I love Gundam. And they're like, I know, Barbotus, right? And I'm like, no. It's not even close to where I am. I watch the UC, and they're like, oh, Unicorn! And that's like all they fucking know. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, because Unicorn has like a soul, and it's all super powered, and it's not fucking real mecha at all, but it's somehow in the UC, and sure. It's just, it's the way it is. Like, fandom is ever intensively expanding and kind of drowning in its own right. And you gotta learn to swim and tread water for as long as you can, and just kind of enjoy the things you can enjoy. But if you want to get into the fandom of it, and like talk with people in that ever-expanding group, like, it's so vast, you never know exactly where you sit. Even people like, I love Dragon Ball Z. Okay, well, I like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I just started Super, and I've seen all the movies. I've seen Dragon Ball, all the movies, and all of Dragon Ball Z, and not all of Dragon Ball Super, and I quit GT after the very first arc, because I was like, fuck this. But then somebody else is a GT fan, and it's okay to be different things, but it shows just how ridiculously vast it is that you could pick one part of anime, just Dragon Ball, just one part of anime, put everybody in a room, 20 people in a room, and all 20 people have seen a different version of Dragon Ball or have experienced it in a different way that makes their reasoning of the material different than your reasoning of the material. And now comic books is falling into that same problem, because you know Spider-Man from the movies. Do you know him from the comics? Do you know him from the show? So there's a Spider-Man in cartoons that people know. There's a Spider-Man in cartoons that people know. And the reason I just repeated that is because there's like 5 different versions of Peter Parker from the cartoon, and depending on which one you grew up with, you have a different version of Spider-Man in your head. And then you may have a different version of one of different 3 movie Spider-Man. And you may have a different idea of at least 6 to 12 different Spider-Men in the comics. Like, were you an Ultimate Peter Parker? A Peter Parker Blue? An original Peter Parker? A nowadays Peter Parker? Possessed Peter Parker? Like, it's fandom. It's so easy to drown. It's so easy to drown in fandom. It's outrageous. Let's check our mail. I didn't even realize we had. Man, you could tell I haven't been on for a while. And yeah, there is the argument to be made. Well, here's the thing. The one thing that's protecting this, quote, woke argument, and sometimes people just claim woke as a term because they don't like something. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's woke. Maybe it's trying to say something that you're not comfortable with. Star Trek, in its vast years, even back in the 60s when it first began, was, quote, woke, because it was trying to include everybody. So, I mean, like, for people to complain now that there's,
hails are
like...
still blocked, sir. The Borg may be attempting to isolate the planet before they land. Your orders, sir.
Zarvis, can we get transporter locks on the Ola?
Borg are jamming up any remote signals. It's not safe to beam through that.
Okay.
I think I can boost the gain, though.
Okay.
Transwarp conduits opening all over the system,
Oh,
Captain.
there we are.
The Borg are here.
Okay, well, we'll go after this
Those
one.
Those civilian ships are right in the Borg's path. We have to help them.
I know. Yeah, because, like, it's a different culture, too. So, like, anyways, Star Trek has always been kind of, quote, woke. So I think it's funny when I hear that argument. And then sometimes comic books are just saying something that you don't like. And comic books have always been about points of view. Like, literally always. Because all media, no matter what it is written by somebody. And somebody has a point of view. So... I get the idea forced inclusion and shit like that is ridiculous. It doesn't help the cause. So I yield to some of that, because sometimes it is agenda shit. And I think that there's nothing wrong with telling a story that has certain angles, as long as the angles make sense to the story, and the characters play to the characters, not to the plot. But I'll say that I've noticed time and time again that this woke argument, like, a lot of people are turning to manga and being like, oh yeah, well, we don't have to worry about that. The reason is because it's not your culture. Like, a lot of people will argue like, oh no, it's made in Japan. It's not your fucking culture. No matter how weeby you are, it's not where you live. It's not the politics that affect your everyday life. You can acknowledge parts of their culture and you can be educated about it, but it's not your culture. That's not where you live. It's not what affects you on a daily basis. What affects you on a daily basis is the culture that you are surrounded in, the culture that you live in here. So you're not, there's a lot of things that happen in those books that you don't see as conservative or something like that, because it's not your conservative value. It's not the value that's being pushed in your face all the time.
Short-range communications. Long-range signals are still blocked. I can contact the planet and have informed Administrator Post of the situation. However, the Borg have already landed and are moving toward the colony. It may be more prudent to retreat back to the Chimera, sir.
No, we're the only Starfleet vessel in the system. We rescue as many colonists as we can, and then we get the shit out of here.
Borg landing craft detected nearby. Captain, there are civilian ships engaging them.
I believe I can send a message to those ships.
Civilian ships, you are ordered to disengage and retreat. We will cover you.
Roger that, Starfleet. All ships, fall back.
All civilian ships have safely warped out of the system, Captain.
I'm gonna have to go into the options and see if that's... Because I activate her thing and then... There we go. This should always be set to fire all weapons. There's no reason to have torpedoes and not use them. Okay, curve around, come on. Goodbye.
Captain, the Borg have landed, and the colony won't be able to hold them off for long. I recommend beaming down to Vega and getting as many people out as we can.
Yep.
Choose your away team for your next...
Well, I don't have much that I can choose in terms of an away team. This is it. So let's go. No, I noticed that, though. A lot of
Captain,
people...
according to our readings, over half the planet is already assimilated by the Borg.
Damn, that
At
was
the rate
fast.
they're progressing, the region we're in will be overrun in roughly 1 hour. And if that wasn't bad enough, the interference is affecting the ship's transporters.
So I got on, I can't get off.
No, sir. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, then.
That's one of those Borg ships from orbit. Are we too late? Those landing ships don't just carry drones. They can pump nanoprobes directly into the ground and the atmosphere.
There you go.
We need to hurry. The Borg will be in
Get
this
up to the
area
glacier.
soon.
Calm down, people.
Thank you. We didn't know if anyone from Starfleet got our distress signal, and we don't have any weapons. But we do have some spare armor suits for you and your officer. They're in the crates next to the gate. This code will open the gate. Please, Administrator Post and some of the others are still there. You have to save them.
I'm gonna take this stuff. Shit, yeah.
Press the U key to view your status or the status of your ship and bridge officers.
Oh, well, there we go. That's what I needed.
This is your character.
Yeah, I know my stuff, game. Okay, same armors right now. Wear that armor. Flores, wear this armor. Actually, no. Flores. Give me that. Yeah, Zarva's with me. Zarva's engineer, that's the tank class of this game, so give her the engineer.
Oh no, we're too late.
Can we help these people? Can we beam them out? I can. Okay, let's get these people out. Looks like I can help you people too. Oh, shit. Okay. Whoa, guy. Fine, fuck you. You want to run from me? There's nothing I can do for you.
We have the civilians. There is still no sign of the Renown or the Kittimer, sir.
Alright. Damn.
I apologize for Koles putting a rifle in your face. If it wasn't for him, the Borg would have assimilated me by now. What's the situation? Are you bringing more Starfleet reinforcements?
No, we're it.
I see. Then it's true. Vega is doomed.
Yes, it is.
A single starship cannot hope to stop this. Still, there is more to do. Many citizens are hiding in their homes. We cannot abandon them to the Borg.
All right.
I know. Koles and I have been trying to get around the interference field. Thank you for tagging the people you found and getting them safely transported to your ship. No, there are dozens more hiding out in the buildings. But Koles and I have a plan. We think a pattern enhancer will do the trick. With that, we can transport the remaining citizens to your ship. But first, I'd like to offer you some equipment. Vega was a trade colony, and this gear was intended to go to Starbase 65. I think you need it more.
Yes, I think so. my stuff.
You have received a kit appropriate to your profession. Open your inventory, default key I, and double-click it to equip it. With a kit equipped, abilities are added to your action bar that you can perform in ground combat. You now have additional abilities in ground combat.
Oh, those are the pattern enhancers. Okay.
We have lowered shields for the transporter, sir. I will need to raise them at the first sign of Borg ships.
Yeah, I get that.
Pattern enhancers are working, and not a moment too soon. I can hear the Borg moving this way. I'll do that. How long do you think you can hold off the Borg?
Yeah. No promises.
Remember when we thought fighting a crazed Klingon was the worst thing that could happen today?
Ooh, that grenade was nice.
Fire on the board. We need to keep them away from the civilians.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna shoot you in the dick.
Another group of civilians has beamed to the ship, Captain.
I don't know if you has a dick, but you will get shot in the dick if you don't get out of my face. Coles, don't move ahead. Look, that guy will come around that corner. Fine. Go stand right in front of him. You know what? Yeah, no, do your job. Yeah. Flores, you are going to die. There's no reason you should have went up there. Stay back here with me.
Shields are back up, sir, but more Borg vessels are warping to our location.
Okay.
We have detected a type of generator near your position. There is a 94.6% chance it is the device affecting our transporters.
All right.
If you can destroy it, we will transport as many people from the area as we are able.
All right, that's what we'll do then.
Done. Even though it was impossible to save everyone, those you did save will be forever in your debt.
All right. Coles, you're with me.
I do anything I can. I was born on Vega. There's no way I'm sitting by letting the Borg take it without a fight.
Well, you keep fighting like that, you're gonna get shot in the dick and die on Vega, okay?
Been assimilated. Don't.
I know the drill. Just never expected any Borg here, you know.
Oh shit!
I knew that one. We played poker last night.
Well, you won't be playing poker tomorrow. Once again, Coles, you really shouldn't run ahead of me. I move at a pace for a reason. I'm not going to run headlong into face fire. That must be the device right there. That's what I need to get rid of then.
We need to disable that force field.
I see it.
The Borg are activating the transport inhibitor.
He looks like he's just touching a big spike, but I mean...
We need to disable that force field.
You already said that. That is exactly what we are about to do, is go disable that force field.
The Borg are so... what's the word? Effective? Systematic? Evil. I'm gonna go with evil.
Take this, butthole! Just for you!
The ship is transporting anyone they can get a lock on, Captain, but we don't have much time. We need to get back as soon as possible.
Then let's get back as soon as possible, shall we?
We're packed to the brim with civilians, Captain. I don't think we could fit one more soul on this ship. Communications are still jammed. The immediate problem is the civilian ships in this system. Vega's a huge trading outpost. There are always ships traveling here. We need to warn them the Borg have taken over.
Okay. Can we reconfigure the satellites as a warning beacon?
Possibly, but what we need to do is hightail it out of here with these civilians. Of course, the path to the satellites does lead away from the planet, so we could remotely reconfigure them as we leave.
Okay.
The message won't get very far,
but it'll stop anybody coming into the
will get
system.
Signal
And they'll turn around.
Turn around before it's too late.
Let's do that. That is a good idea.
Multiple probes inbound. I don't think the Borg like us hanging around.
No, I imagine not. Damn! Alright, okay. Reassess the shields here. Turn around. Let's put some speed under that. Damn. Taking hits. Turn. Goodbye. It's alright. 83 is not bad for fighting Borg alone. Let's keep them shields up. I got a lot of bleed on these shields. Get off me! Get away from him! Gotta give the crew a minute to heal the ship up before the next encounter, because when I get to the next one, there's gonna be another attack. shit. Yeah, that's been one of the big issues, like, fandom, in terms of, like, I'm into a lot of stuff, and I just wanted to keep the channel open, and I knew that that would stop my growth, so I didn't. I thought about focuses, but then I just decided that I would be basically a podcast talking shit fandom channel. And so far, it works out for me, because I know I'm never expecting. This is like a hobby for me. But, the one thing that kicks me about it is that there's other things that I still don't feel like should be on my channel. Because, like, I'm readdressing a lot of my life, and I'm not, you know, not, you get the idea. But,
Never thought I wish I was back at the academy studying for the astrometrics final.
part of that reassessment is that I'm working on...
From this time forward,
oh, shit.
your culture will adapt to service ours.
No. No, it will not. Well, that missed spectacularly. Oh shit, fix the shields. Take that. A little distance.
Sir, there are several fast-moving ships on sensors. No way to contact them, and I can't tell if they're friend or foe.
Sphere takes me down to 70%. Just trying to fight that one enemy, old frickin' Miranda class. This ship is not built for this kind of situation. Literally not built for this kind of situation, because as far as I could tell by the way this story started, this ship is a training ship. It's meant to give cadets that first space voyage. They don't do extreme missions. They're not supposed to do this. It's supposed to get them used to operations and whatnot. And then after this, they would have been assigned an actual ship and a tour of duty. Every single person here is a cadet, except for me, or the senior staff, who basically just got field promotions by Nog. Holy fuck!
A cube? Guess it's our time to go out in a blaze of glory.
Yes! I could use some help over here.
Great work. Now, let's finish this.
Holy shit, there's cubes everywhere. At least it focuses on them. If it was shooting me, I'd be in trouble. Dang!
We held off what we could in Pollux and sent a signal out to Starfleet. These were the closest ships. Others will be arriving as soon as they can. You've been doing a great job so far. Reconfiguring the satellites into warning beacons was excellent thinking, by the way. We received the signal as soon as we arrived in the system. That's going to save a lot of lives. It's an option for sure. Right now, I need you to protect the civilians you have on board and ensure the safety of your crew. The Kittimer will return to Earth Space Dock with you. Once you arrive, report to Admiral Quinn. He'll have more information for you.
Okay.
You and your crew have done well. Coles will make a fine addition to your senior staff.
Congratulations,
We need to
Lieutenant.
get the civilians to safety. And I don't think I can handle any more excitement.
Space Dock. All right, Coles.
We have a lot to discuss, Cadet.
Yeah, I imagine so. It's Lieutenant.
Yes, I see that here in the report transmitted by Captain Nog. He granted you a field promotion to give you seniority over the rest of the active crew of your ship. As a cadet, you were assigned to an academy training cruise under Captain Mask Taggart, correct? Acting first officer?
Yes.
I've read the reports. Facing off against Klingon raiders and a Borg invasion force within hours of leaving Starfleet Academy? Very unusual. In your own words, tell me what happened out there.
Shit went down.
That's quite the story. Don't worry. I have statements here from Captains Nog and Yim at Administrator Post from Vega Colony corroborating your story. All three of them cite your bravery and command skills, as well as you and your crew's willingness to put yourselves in harm's way to preserve the lives of others. And you're exactly the kind of officer Starfleet needs. I know your ship might not be the Enterprise, but I think you've proven yourself capable of sitting in her captain's chair. Under normal circumstances, it would take you years of work to get your own command. But these are not normal circumstances. We're at war with the Klingon Empire. The Borg have returned. I'm losing more trained officers and ships than I can spare. Ships we can build, but leaders with courage and honor, those are harder to find. It's time to try something different. I need someone who can handle themselves in a crisis and get the best out of their crew. Even though you're young, I think you're that person. I hereby promote you to the rank of lieutenant and give you command of the ship. Don't disappoint me.
What's going to happen to Vega?
Unfortunately, Vega is lost. Starfleet Command will meet with Federation President Enoch Okeg and the Federation Council to determine our next steps. For now, Starfleet vessels will patrol the outskirts of the Vega system to ensure no Borg escape. Do you have any further questions?
No, but I am sorry for the loss of Captain Taggart.
Captain Taggart was a good man and a fine officer. He knew what he was doing when he issued that order. Don't dwell on what happened. Your actions saved the lives of your crew, not to mention the civilians you were able to evacuate from Vega Colony. Now it's up to you and your crew to honor Taggart's sacrifice as you carve out your own legacy.
Okay.
Do you have any further questions?
Nope, what are your orders?
You will be assigned to the Klingon front, but first, you could use some new equipment for your ship. I have some improved consoles developed by the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. These consoles can be installed on your ship to improve its abilities. As you improve in rank, you will earn better consoles. Other ships you will command throughout your career will have space for many more. When you're done here, go see Dur's racks to customize your starship's appearance.
2 missions, huh? There's Diplomatic Orders and Task Force Operations Romulan Imperial Minefield.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
And what's this?
We have a large number of operations going on in various parts of the galaxy, and we're constantly in need of ships and crew to work in these joint efforts. We've learned of a remote system where elements of the old Romulan Star Empire are trying to take over an asteroid mining facility. Nobody wants to see that happen, so there's a joint operation underway to stop them. Sign on to the Task Force Operation for the Romulan Imperial Minefield and see if you can lend a hand.
Okay, it's a PvE. I'm not ready for something like that on the first fucking ship. Are you kidding me? I'd just piss people off by even going in there. It's crazy that they give you that right off the bat, like you're just fucking ready for it. Okay. Okay, let's go in and fix this top here. If I'm going to be the commander, the top, if I'm not mistaken, should be white in this era that I'm trying to create. Because the captain, if I'm not mistaken, is white. And then this bottom part will be black, and then of course rank is lieutenant. Okay, we need to fix that. I want to say there's a way to... Because that's a bunch of stuff like that I don't own. Motion picture badge. Ugh. That's the Odyssey badge. If I'm gonna go with this look for a while, if we're gonna do that, then that should be right. Okay, so let's... Yeah. Okay, there's him. So let's go back. There. He's right. Now let's fix the other people. Let's put her how she's supposed to be. You're not going to stay on the team for too long. My initial intent as I go through this is to build people that I actually know, or people that I've used in my RPs and fictions, fan fictions. So like, holy crap, Section 31 officers. Okay, we are looking for, there we go. And her color would be right. Let's put her rank on her. Actually, that's a question if we can already. I don't think we have the stuff to do so. So we'll just keep them ensigns, because that's what they are right now. The command insignia, no. Where is it? There's that. Shoe Odyssey. Odyssey is fine. No belt. That's neat. The pants, however, are the next generation pants. And that should be right for her. Okay, let's fix Zarva. There we go. You know what? We're going to give her these paneled gloves because she's in engineering. I've always found that funny that in the engineering bays, they just have bare hands. Like, even electricians, like my uncle's an electrician, and he learned the hard way just having your bare hands all the time was not a good idea. In fact, it legitimately cost him. Like, because he took a shock, a really nasty shock, and it did not do him any favors. He ended up having to retire way early because he lost all feeling in his hands. So his nerves are kind of dead in his fingers, and that cost him his electrician work. So I've always kind of found it funny that the engineering people, it's interesting when we are on tight pants. Why are we on tight pants? They're next generation pants. She's got gloves because she's down in the engineering. That makes sense to me that they would have some kind of gloves that they could carry with them. We're not going to do any of that. No belt. She's done. She's what she needs to be for that style of uniform. Okay, let's fix Terrell. Now Terrell, we're actually going to modify a little bit further because we're going to do the uniform like we have been doing. So there's the $23.99, which I imagine, and I get the idea that they built a uniform for this game, but in 2409, and I don't know, because uniforms seem to change a lot, like very often in the world of Star Trek. Like, they change ridiculously. So it's possible that her look could be substantially different by that time, and they could be in the Odyssey uniforms, but I'm just going to reference that they should still be wearing the $23.99 Picard uniforms in this era. If the timelines are matching up the way that I think they are, that would make sense to me. In terms of what I've seen, They're not, but they should be. And I like these. I like these old insignia badges, like the science badge and everything. But for just right now, we're going to stick everybody with the $23.99 badge. Just for the fact that it is a thing. I still like this belt, but I'm not going to... It feels weird to have the belt, but the shirt's tucked on the outside of the pants. It doesn't look right. And since that shirt does that, until I go in and design my own uniform, which I will eventually do, one day I'll just come in here and I'll just mess around and create my own uniform. But for right now, we're just going to keep things the way they are. We're going to change the lower to the next generation pants like we had. And we're going to take the belt off because that makes sense. Hip attachment is no, but then we do actually have to change something on her. We're going to go into her hair, and because while I know this is not impossible, we do see this in different Star Treks where the Vulcans will have long hair. To me, if you are a race of logic, it would make sense that your hair be short and practical. Like, long hair on a Vulcan has always seemed kind of strange to me because you would want your hair to be short and manageable, and like Spock's hair makes sense and T'Pol's hair makes sense. It's out of their eyes. It's just enough hair to just be hair. It wouldn't be hard to take care of, so they don't waste that much time in the morning getting themselves up and whatnot. Like, it makes sense that they would naturally have shorter hair, because vanity is also not a thing for them. They're not trying to like pert plus their hair all over the place and shit like that. They just need it to be manageable. But they're also not going out of their way to shave their head every morning. They're just trying to wake up and go about their shit. So it makes sense that their hair, if it is long, it wouldn't be that long. It would always be something that's simple and manageable all the time. In my opinion, that makes a lot of sense in terms of Vulcans. And also, Vulcans, because of the people that are most, to me, the people that are most signified in that role, I feel like Vulcan physiology, and this is just me talking, it doesn't guarantee anything one way or another, but I believe in my own idea that Vulcan physiology, they're lean. They should always be lean. And she looks the part to me. She seems lean. Like, I think the males are lean too, but that doesn't change the amount of strength that they have or anything like that. So we're going to make that small change on her, and I think she looks better. I think she fits the part a little better. Something about the long hair with one side, and they got the ear out, and like, it just seems a little too fashionable to me for it to make sense in my mind in terms of how I see that idea. Because it's true there is individuality in Vulcans, but it's also true, to me anyway, that if you have a society that was legitimately built on logic, and they stress logic in their everyday, I'm not sure what train of logic led them to believe that they should spend 40 minutes doing their hair every morning. Like, why? Especially when you figure that in their culture, they're still arranging marriages, so it's not like they're trying to look pretty for somebody or some shit like that. That's just a very much a human vanity type thing that I imagine would have gone the wayside in a culture that prides themselves on logic the way they do. Like, that makes sense to me. Her other hair did not make perfect sense to me at all. Okay, we got that. And then the captain differentiated by the white. And the rank is here. Everybody's got the same comm badge. Doom. Yes, everybody's right. Yes. Exit. Yep. Okay. Damn! I'm so small because I'm realistic with myself, and I am not 6 foot. I'm freaking 5'11", 5'12". I'm like right there. I'm so freaking close. It's ridiculous. But I am not 6 foot. I am right under the mark. I'm under the mark by a couple frickin' centimeters. I don't get to be 6 foot. That girl sure was 6 foot somehow. Yeah, okay. I like it. It's fine. Simple uniform. Almost a throwback to the TNG style. But I like the differentiating white for captains and things like that. It's standard. It's easy. It works. Engineering console. Let's get a Mark II up here, and let's put the Mark I on the aft. There we go. And let's... Oh, it's a phaser relay console. Okay, there we go. There. Now that ship is better than it was. And we can technically go make this my own ship now. I like that right there. Holy shit. Let me look at them. I can't actually just like get one or whatever. Neat. Okay, you're the guy I'm looking for, though. Customize. Whoa, what the what? That is what currently is. Okay. We are going to, let's see here. Okay, there we go. So the saucer is Miranda. The other choices is... Good God. There we go. Okay, now let's see. Saucer. That's some fancy shit right there. Miranda Beta? I'm not seeing a difference. It could be on the bottom. It could be something that's done on the bottom. Oh, yeah, it is. See, it's that, this here. Barely noticeable. Okay, let's turn him around here. I like this. I don't know what it is. It's unique, it's interesting. Oh, okay, that's what that is? Okay, so let's check out the strut. Oh, the Saratoga ain't messing around. I like the Miranda Beta better than I like that. I don't like the Centaur. I don't like how it's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the pylons like that. Okay, so... it's either going to be the Miranda Beta... I don't exactly hate this on that either. What's, what are the pylon choices? Ooh, no, I don't like those. Okay. I don't hate the Saratoga. Miranda is the one I like the most on that. So let's see what that does for right now, and let's check the nacelle designs. No, not for a ship this old. No. Ooh, Miranda Beta. That's neat. just like a color. It just darkens the nacelles, in all honesty, though. I don't know. No. Okay, so we'll keep Miranda. So, okay, so we're just changing out 2 parts to a very newer model, and then we're keeping the Miranda pylons, and we're keeping. So this is what I think we're doing here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Not bad. Not that it's a huge deal, but let's check our window typings. Okay. We're going to keep Windows 6. Okay. Materials. So far, Type 8 it's basic. I like Type 8 materials quite a bit, actually. I don't know if I like dark ships right now. No, for this old Miranda, I would like to keep it somewhat in the original styles, so that that Type 8 skin is really nice. The plates are just very old model like, and I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. So we're going to keep that. Apply those changes. And now that it is my ship and that it has been redesigned, we are going to change this name. There. Holy shit, old time. Okay, let's check this before I go any further here. Okay, I got my dogs taken care of. That was something I've been concerning myself with, is that right now, since Lexi's a baby, she kind of needs to be put in the kennel because she kind of freaks out. And I can't leave her in the kennel for like 10 hours without food or whatever. I don't feel right about that. So we've been having her sister come over, my wife's sister come over and kind of let her out every 4 hours. And let her get a drink, go outside, yada yada. Well, luckily, we've actually gotten lucky enough now that something happened last night, and now her sister wasn't going to be able to come over for all next week. And I was considering like putting up baby gates and whatnot, and kind of concealing her to just like one area of the house. But even then, she gets antsy when nobody's there and she doesn't know what's going on, and she gets chewy, which is the reason she's in the kennel right now, is because we're trying to get her used to chewing on her dog toys instead of chewing on the furniture and shit like that. Well, we've got that figured out now. My niece is going to come over and see to her, and so that's good. Okay, let us beam back up to our ship, shall we? Yeah, I think we're done here. Okay, let's head over to the next mission. I know the next mission. Well, the next mission is going to get interrupted, but I actually like it. For an introductory, just playing the game kind of mission, I actually think it does really well, and it feels like kind of a cool Star Trek episode. And I have to say, the presentation in this game is good. It feels like Star Trek most of the time. It's a little run and gun, which I expect, but it's also Star Trek told in an era of war. Holy shit, look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. My ship ain't bad. It's cool for a Miranda class. Don't hate on my little ship. Okay, let's warp to sector. All right. Pew! Yeah, no, I 100% agree. While this game... hold on.
To secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew. A thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Yeah, I could understand that. But yeah, I think that a Mass Effect type of game, a KOTOR type of game, is where Star Trek would have its absolute success in terms of games. If you wanted to bring Star Trek into the gaming world and make it remarkably successful, that is 100% how you do it. Okay, we've arrived at the Vulcan system, took the liberty of contacting the ambassadors. Aid when we arrived. Pella says the ambassador has certain arrogant... Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Greetings.
Arrangements.
Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Soketh is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly what I was getting at when I talked about a society that has built itself completely on logic. And there is a logic to argue that maybe transporter technology is highly dangerous because maybe people can't actually... The fact that you can, like, do weird things like take a person and then, like, revert them back to a younger self through the transporter, that's been proven, it can happen, offers the argument that maybe, just maybe, transporting technology is not transporting, but it kills you, then uses your material to clone you and put you with your exact memories and everything in another location. I can at least accept an idea that a Vulcan would be like, we don't use transporters because there's still no solid proof that this is not the situation at hand or something like that. I could see an argument like that.
Traveling by shuttlecraft. I have have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
But I will also say that I know why he doesn't want to be on a shuttle, in all honesty. Or why he doesn't want to be on a transfer. Yeah, I know why he wants to be on the shuttle. I've played this part.
This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Whoo! Run, Bill. Alright, I'll meet her before I meet the ambassador. There's this Zachary Quinto looking mug up here. Here he is. See him? See that guy right there? You see him? You see that? They've changed his appearance a little bit since I seen him on the PlayStation, but I used to come up here and look at that guy and be like, holy shit. I used to wonder if it was on purpose, but I swear he's not the same model that I remember. Okay. Here's the thing. With games like this, if you're going to voice act part of it, voice act all of it. Like, by now you should have ran an update. You have this voice actor. I heard her speak, so why is this part not being spoken? Like, why did she not continue to voice act this part? Like, it makes no sense to voice act it and really put me into the moment and then turn right around and take that away and remove the voice acting and have me read the game. Now, it's not that I don't want to read the game, but I already have a voice in my head of who she is and how she would react. And had she been completely unvoice acted, I would have made that up in my own mind and told my own story like you do with a Final Fantasy game, like an older RPG. And that would have been fine. But you get the idea. It doesn't make sense to me to voice act it and then not voice act it. Like, why?
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Sokath says you will not permit him to visit Pajem.
Sokath accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge.
Okay, I agree. And see, he's voice acted. See, that's what I mean. Why was she not voice... It just... She was voice acted, then she wasn't, and then later on she will be again.
Of the ancestors.
Okay. So, why would Vulcans restrict access to Pajem? Which I already know that answer, but we're going to ask it anyway.
Many years ago, Pajem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath
Enterprise. They're talking about Enterprise.
It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought.
Yes, you did.
The monastery was rebuilt. We pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
See, that's a stupid question. I'm interested in what he would say, but how could you have grown up in the Federation and had no clue that Vulcans had monasteries? Like, is nothing fucking taught? Like, how does the school system work? Do they just teach Earth shit? And then they're like, okay, now go interact with other cultures. Like, you would have went to school. There's got to be, like, I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind. Some of the stuff that I see in Star Trek, like, I understand it and I don't understand it. Because they should... There's little things that you have to suspend your disbelief, like when they talk about things in a way that we would talk about something, because by now the culture would be immensely different. But, I don't know, it's just funny to me. And then I hear about, like, people that are like when they talked to Barkley, and Barkley was like, I've never been to Paris. And I'm like, why not? Like, by that time, on Earth, a field trip would be as simple as getting in a transporter, right? So why would you just talk about things when you could literally increase the dramatic effect of learning on an entire civilization by saying, let's go see the Grand Canyon today while we talk about it? And it's literally as easy as getting everybody up, walk to the transporters, do about maybe 7-8 beams, like, what, 10 people a beam or whatever, just do, and then you're all over there and you'd be like, take a look at this, now we're going to talk about how this happened. Like, it's funny to me, the amount of technology and cultural difference that would have to exist in Star Trek, but yet they still seem to be exactly like us. Like, Barkley is like, I've never been to Paris. Why? How?
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the Kirshara give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Yeah, tell me about Sirach.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshara, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist.
I want to say you see him, I can't remember if you see him in the original series or the animated series, but you actually do get to see him and what he was supposed to look like.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about what you've heard.
Sokath has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors? The monks do not use any unnecessary technology.
Which was talked about in Enterprise and would now be even more enforced because of what happened.
Available to the monks for emergencies. Sokath's request does not qualify.
No, it would not. I agree with that.
Ancestors.
Is there any way that I can persuade you to allow Sokath to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Sokath says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Alright, so we'll agree with that then.
Welcome to Vulcan.
Wow.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, tell me about Pajem from your point of view, Soketh.
Pajem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on Pajem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
But they were also part of the Federation.
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks has lived there. They study the ideals of Sirach. Do you have any questions? My business is my own.
Oh, shit.
If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly. Do you have any questions?
Okay, well, I've spoken to him and we can go to Pajem now.
Excellent. Our departure has been delayed long enough by the whims of one man. I am prepared for the journey and can leave immediately.
Okay, so let's do that. Ugh. Age of transporters, I gotta run down this big ass hill. That would be the real danger of transport technology, is the amount of lazy that I've witnessed. Like, I've left a store and in the same parking lot, there is another store down the way, and I will just walk to that store, and I have seen where my sister-in-law will go to her car and drive to the other parking lot. And I'm like, for what? Like, for the other side of the parking lot. Like, why? And that's the truth of offering these little things that allow us to be more lazy.
We have logged the flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long
Transport
and
technology would make a lot of people super lazy. He is retired to his quarters, and we can depart the system. See ya, bye-bye. Pew! You could have went that way. You didn't, like, have to chance fate and go down through there. Like...
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. Press I to open your inventory. Click on Replicator to access your store. You can purchase common items from the replicator. You can sell items by using Recycle, and retrieve sold items with Retrieve.
Well, that is great, but I don't need that right now. It is kind of crazy to me that the area of spiritual awakening is not on Vulcan, where they, you know, would have found their spirituality, but it's on Pajem, a completely different planet, which would have taken them literal generations to like get. It wouldn't have been like, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. You imagine their religious and spirituality would have been developed well before they ever would have even known Pajem was really a thing. fun.
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Alright, you're an asshat. Let's get some rotation in here. Oh, now we want to talk. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Cease your fire, Captain.
You shot me.
Today is a day for words. My fellow captains
Oh,
by our vengeance.
now it's a day for words.
Your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovokor with the tale of that foul creature's death. So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us. But we Klingons know better.
Oh.
We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
Have you proof?
Proof? Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
No, because I feel like if you're wrong, you just murdered a motherfucker.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision.
I'm not above listening to you, but I'm the one holding the cards. You didn't even want to fucking talk until I crippled your ass. Okay, let's discuss the science of the Undine. Undine are a species that was first encountered by the crew of the USS Voyager. They're cataloged them as species 8472, and if I remember right, that was the deal that got her past Borg space. Was she made a deal with them to basically help the Borg commit genocide on a species, which means that she should not have come back and been given admiral rights. She should have came back and went to a fucking penal colony. It blows my mind the things that Janeway gets away with and then turns around and condemns another man for doing. She helped give technology and ability to the Borg to help create a genocidal effect on an entire species of people. Then got pissed when she later encountered another person stuck in the Gamma Quadrant, another Starfleet officer who was also committing genocide on another race of people. Like, it's not really different. He did it directly with his own hands. She did it with information allowing the Borg to do it, but that's still her hands that allowed it to happen. Like, it's just funny to me how much people praise her. I feel like out of all the captains that I have seen in Starfleet history, she's probably the most questionable, and yet she gets all this love all the time. Okay, so we can't scan the guy. I know he is one, but in the actual storyline here, you can't scan him because that would violate his rights and his ambassadorial immunity. So let's discuss the tactical stuff here. The Undyne are physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension to be an inferior life form. Their vessels are more than a match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to Starfleet. Where's Ambassador Soketh now? The ambassador is still in his quarters. Sir, I recommend sending a security detail to detain the ambassador until we are certain of his identity, and I think that would be a good idea, but security detail in Starfleet is a fucking joke. We'll send 2 no-named, barely wearing uniform guys down there to stand next to his door, and he will kill both of them. So let's go ahead and do that. The Undyne come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us, but one thing is for certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? That I can't say, Captain, but as the Undyne are virtually unknown in the Beta Quadrant, my guess is that they are aiming to conceal their presence here. And the Klingons? What the Klingons are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undyne are in the Beta Quadrant, it might just be the Klingons sniffed them out before we did. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was quoted by a guy who was killed by a friend. Alright, call the ambassador to the bridge and open a channel to the Klingon vessel. Let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
I would too, because it's got like white right here and it's kind of dashing and everything. It's got that $23.99 feel to it. But you know what? You just stay on your shitty, beat the fuck up vessel and I'm going to handle this, okay? How about that?
Then the beast is slain?
No, I didn't say that.
Very good. Perhaps
It's not what I said.
the heart of a warrior after all.
It's not what I said.
Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
You are talking a lot for something I did not say.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain. Strike now before it's too late.
No. I know because I've beat this part of the game. I know that he is a shape changer, but you're, I've not been given any reason to just stab him in the face.
You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is.
Once again,
Hound in Tark's clothing.
what if you were wrong?
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Because he attacked me with 3 ships, came out into Federation territory, was tracking something obviously, and believed in it enough to give his life. Unlike the Klingon pirate that hit me at the start of this game, this guy seems a little bit different, and he seems awfully convinced that you are this thing, and I would like to know why.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain.
Okay, yeah.
You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
Thus a reasonable consideration.
Potentially. But only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
And let's say that this was that opportunity right now presenting itself. Would you submit to a blood test that then allows us to open conversation between our two people to help them find what they believe is an Undine species somewhere in this area? Even if we're working together on a wild goose chase, we're working together, and that is coexistence, and that can lead to something better after said goose chase. Weapons inoperable. Warp drive is still offline. Wait, I'm detecting an energy surge. They're engaging their cloaking device.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
I've lost them on sensors, Captain. They're gone. Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures on Pajim's surface. They're in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be the transport signals. Life signs indicate they are Klingon. I'll take an away team down. No, that's too dangerous. You're not going with me.
Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Okay. Detecting energy signatures on Pajim's surface. They're in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be transport signals. Life signs indicate they are Klingons. I said no.
Wise precaution.
You're gonna wait here, butthole. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way towards the monastery, which is located at the top hill. Reading multiple Klingon patrols between us and the main building. Recommend we proceed with caution. Stay alert. Now, let's check this real quick. Kolez. Let's get you... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Bill. No, okay. Kolez, yep. Here, you get this. You get the new upgraded rifle there. Have fun with that. Here's you a hypo. You can hold on to that. Nobody's without at least a phaser. You've got the body armor. I've got the body armor. My kit is fine. Sort my stuff. Okay, we are set. Pajim is pretty for these old Xbox level graphics. I seen you. No one else is appearing on my stuff. Let's go talk to this lady. Can we talk to this lady? Uh-oh. No, can't talk to her. I can open this crate. Take. Actually, that is a good thing. Because Zarva's with me. So give her this. I see you up there, and if I can hit you before you can ever hit me, I'm going to. like that. Open a crate. Oh, shit! I'm not sure what to think about any Star Wars game until it comes out. It seems like stuff that I like a lot, like Star Wars and Star Trek, always fall into this troublesome area where either the game is great or barely passable or awful. Like, it's very rare that I find like a middle of the road Star Trek game or middle of the road Star Wars game. It's either something I really truly enjoy or it's some kind of awful. Okay. I'm going to hope that there's a better way to do what I just did. I wonder if I could have used the arrow keys on the keyboard. Oh. Oh, that was just a lighting effect. Fudge you! Okay, sir, we're receiving an alert from Vulcan. Tapella says she needs to speak with you immediately. I'll patch her through the tricorder.
I have terrible news.
See, and now she's voice acted again.
Security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soka. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
Right.
You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Captain, security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh's quarters, but he is gone. They're searching the ship, but sir, unauthorized use of the transporters detected. The Vulcan government is requesting that the imposter Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transporter erased the logs, but I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. And he beams down, like, right in front of me. Like, of all the fucking places you could possibly...
Such emotion on your face.
I don't remember giving her that
see
gun.
Now, my deception has been exposed. Pity.
Exposed!
Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
Some of this has actually been redone for, oh yeah, superior to humans. You could take a lot of shots, but you didn't exactly fight very good, did you? You just stood there like an idiot and waited to get shot a lot. Recommend we return to the Reploid and search for the Undyne ship. Okay, see, yeah, like, there used to be another part after this. Like, I like that they went back and fixed some of the earlier stuff, because there was, like, an area where, like, he turned into a Klingon right in front of two other Klingons and then, like, walked by them like, get them! And I'm like, you didn't see that shit go down? You're the one that told me about him, and now you're just gonna let him walk right by like that? No, we do not have the armaments to handle an Undyne attack. Starfleet reports it's sending assistance to us, but they are about 60 seconds out. We have to hold out till reinforcements get here. We target their torpedoes, we might have a chance. Okay, get us the shit out of there. Oh! Shoot the torpedo! Damn! Okay, turn us about. Look out for that damn thing. Ugh. Okay. Reinforce the shields. Turn about. Shoot that damn thing. Fuck. I can't shoot that thing, whatever it is. It's not a torpedo. I can't do much in my sad vessel here. Let me turn. Oh, crap, that hurts. That was my fault, too. I just stood there. I even seen that one coming. Okay, let's show my butt to them. Reinforce the shields. In fact, let's put all primary systems to keep those shields up, because I am not prepared to fight. Damn! There's got to be a better way to lock onto those things than trying to click on it randomly. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Damn! I was locked onto it and everything. Okay, turn, turn, turn. I'm like hitting an invisible wall. Like this is not good. It's not helping me at all to hit invisible barriers. Shoot that! go. Cause some damage. Yes! Let's turn about here. Turn on that torpedo. We'll reinforce the shields here. Oh, there's a Constitution right over there. Oh, crap. I was looking at the Constitution. It's okay. Oh, I'm sparking. Turn. Let's see if we can... Oh, of course. Turn! Turn. In trouble. Damn. I'm in trouble here. Let's put some distance. Need some distance, given my rare shields. But the other ones... Ah! Shoot the fucking torpedo! There's gotta be a better way to do it than just trying to click on it randomly. There has to be. Gonna expose my back for a second here. It's my weakest shields. Let's give him my better shields. Get a boost here. Be dead! Butthole. Oh my gosh. I am screwed up. Yes, okay. Incoming message from the USS Challenger, Captain Bush. Ah, that would be me.
This is Captain LaForge.
Oh, sweet.
Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. Forge out.
Small cameo, but still sweet. We've recovered the final data transmission from the Undine vessel, as well as samples of the organic material used to create the ship. We need to get all of this back to Starfleet intelligence. They may be able to decrypt some of it. Let's get out of here. Pew! Oh! We are getting close to a 4-hour mark, so I'm going to call it. I still got to go downstairs. It's my day off,
the
but...
ambassador wasn't
oh,
a
shit.
Dean? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
You have just earned your first skill points. Click here to learn more.
And we will contact him. Yeah, we'll contact him through the mission journal.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth Space Dock. It may need assistance.
See, and why is that not voice acted? Just, there's all this shit, and he didn't even say what he. It just blows my mind. If you're gonna voice act the game, voice act the game, the whole freaking game. See, now I put this out. I asked before I played this. I said, "What do people want me to do? Do they want me to play the Star Trek game? They want to play the Star Wars game? Well, you got to pick one, and I will play as much of it as I can, as often as I can. And this will kind of be my main game to hang out and talk to people because I got enough experience with them, and it's way big on topics and everything, and the information that I kept getting back was, oh yeah, play the Star Trek game, play the Star Trek game. Now, the Star Wars game, for reference, is fully voice acted from start to finish. The whole game, every character that I have encountered is voice acted all the way.
You are now in sector space. Here ships.
I know sector space. So that it just kind of blows my mind about that. But yeah, I think we're gonna kick out here. The next time we play, I'm going to change this to be about here. That way you'll be able to see the displays and what I'm messing with and whatnot. This should work a little better. See, that's just the chat screen and whatnot that I'm using, that I'm covering up with myself and everything else over there. Or maybe I'll just move over to the other side. Either way, I'll figure out what I'm going to do, because each game is going to be different on where I put the visual part for me. Anyways, I'm going to kick out because it's been about 4 hours, nearly 4 hours, and I still have things that I need to do. Like, I need to go downstairs and I need to hit the bag. I need to get... I took a bit of an injury. I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe it's just being old as shit and trying to get back into the things that I'm trying to get back into doing. But when I had to take about a month and a half, nearly 2 months off the bag, because for some reason, I don't know if I pulled something or what, but it was right around here, right before Christmas, something started hurting, and it hurt like bad. It hurt all the way down into my like ribs here, and it hurt across my shoulder, and it hurt all the way down into my arm, and I couldn't figure out. Felt like I pulled something or pinched something. It hurt constantly. So now that that's over and I'm feeling better, I need to get back to working on the bag and doing my cardio daily and stuff like that, because I'm getting older. Not going to get younger, getting older, and I got to do something to stave off. My family has breathing problems, so if I don't work on cardio and actually keep my attitude focused, I could end up paying for it in my 40s and 50s, and I guess sadly we don't get younger. So I'm going to get off of here. It's been about 4 hours. I'm going to go hit the bag for a little while, and then I guess I'm going to sit around and wait for this ice storm to hit us. And I'm going to cross my fingers like this. I'm going to cross them hardcore that before that ice storm hits, my package will arrive. It said 5 to 10 business days. I ordered it like last Thursday. So that was Friday was a business day. And then you figure Monday was off because of the holiday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then this would be Monday. Come on, we're 6 days in. Come on. Get here, package. Anyways, if that package gets here, I'll definitely come back and I'll do a thing on that, because what I've been waiting for is something I've been waiting for my entire freaking life. Since I was 5 freaking years old, I've wanted this, and I have it, and it's on the way, and I got hopes. I got concerns, but we'll talk about those concerns when it gets here. I hope. I really do. I know that everything's slowed down because of the thing that we're dealing with. So I'm not holding it against anybody that my package is not here lightning speed. I paid for express shipping. I'm really hoping it gets here today. It's my last day off. It'd be the day that I can actually talk about it. We'll see. Anyways, guys, catch you later.